Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Empress Aries 888. My name is Tanya. Well, please like on the way in. Gives me an energetic donation to the channel. Helps me tune into Why Are You. Flip the rules as you see fit. Take what resonates from these collective readings, my liege, my loves, and flip the rules if it doesn't work for you. So let's get into it. Let's get this party started by calling in spirit, shall we? Spirit guides and angels of your whitest light, please give me a clear message for the collective, one that brings healing, hope, and understanding of their situation. Protect me as I open myself up to channel these messages, and please protect my beautiful collective. And thank you, Spirit, my ancestors, my higher vibing resonance beings, for being here today. I so appreciate you. Amen. All right, amen, amen. All right, let's get started because I got to get going. But I wanted to do an energy read, see what the heck's going on. I wanted to do an energy check, I should say. I hope you're having a wonderful day. And at night, evening, whatever time. Obviously, you can see it's daytime, but it's cloudy out. It's still cool. All right, we got death, coffin, 19, 91, or 10 for completion. So something is completing here. And you can hear that as confirmation. What is completing, Spirit? Give me 2 more cards, please, and thank you, my love. And I'm going to say he or she. Use the pronouns they or them if that works for you. And I'm just grateful to have you here. All right, 20 is house. House. So there's a house, there's a coffin. And what else, Spirit? One more. One more to end it on a happy note. There's a car going by here. This might be significant. Play dirty. Oh my God. Spirit. Marriage. 3. And there's a car that came by saying, play dirty. It's all fun and games till somebody loses a wiener. My God. What kind of a vehicle drives around like this? Okay, anyway. There's house, coffin, and marriage. So there's an ending. An ending to a marriage, an ending to a connection. Somebody had a house, somebody had a high-level commitment. There's an ending. Sudden wealth is here, so somebody thinks they might be getting wealthy off of someone. But we got to get into all the different aspects, so let's go. Let's check it out with what is the vibe. Spirit, what is this about, this coffin, please? Spirit, what's the coffin about, please? And thank you. And not on the floor, Spirit. Gotta be specific. Ooh, Spirit. Thrills. Somebody's making bad decisions. Somebody has addictions or is continuing bad cycles, like addictive cycles or continual cycles of like same situations, different meat suits. Okay, so with that said, there's an ending to this coffin. Maybe they want to, but it's in the upright, so they're still doing it. What about somebody's doing it, and maybe that's why somebody else is putting an end to it. And this, if it doesn't resonate with you, it could be about your person, what the situations that they're going through, right? Like I said, flip the rules as you see fit. And don't take this on if it doesn't make sense to you. What is this house about and marriage, Spirit? This house and marriage. Give me some information on that. Yes, balance and harmony and peace. Maybe at one time there was balance, harmony, and peace in a connection, but then somebody got into addictive behaviors. There is a vacay. Somebody's wanting to have fun, wanting to get away from a situation. Maybe they used to go on vacations together, but maybe they want to leave. It's a masculine energy, a father figure. Somebody could have children. What about this sudden wealth, Spirit? They might have had a measure of wealth, and then they got married. That's sad to say. Drowning over their head. Yes, overextended. There you go. Now they're broken dreams and shattered. Oh my gravy. Yep. It all was fun and games until somebody had to take on the burdens of somebody else. Somebody that's chasing the thrill. Somebody was chasing the thrill. Okay? And they got shattered because they went into a relationship with somebody that was just in it for the fun and the money. Now they're drowning in debt. There's a masculine energy. Could have children. Could be a father figure or an authoritarian figure. Somebody had a good job. They vacationed, had fun, relaxed, was peace and harmony, and they married this person based on these things. So at first it was all wonderful. Now, what's this about sudden wealth, Spirit? What's the money about, the sudden wealth? Can you give me something on that, please? One card. Thank you. Hopeful. They're hopeful that they're going to get money. Somebody is having a measure of success, and there's somebody that is envious of this. Resentful, competitive. This could be you that's moving on from a situation that was hopeful, that you had hope in, right? But somebody else was seeking thrills, and they cheated on you, and your life was shattered, drowning, overextended. Now this person's drowning in debt. Could be a masculine energy that did this to you. Somebody you had a home with, an ending. And now you're moving on, right? Hopeful, starting new things, you know, having a measure of success, and this person's envious. Yeah, distance is here, divorce, ghosted, okay? Because they were two-faced, it says double life, cheater, backstabber. Oh my God. Okay, so this explains what's going on here. This was somebody that you had a high-level commitment with, and they broke your heart. Okay, some of you were married to, somebody that you had hope in, and it all went to hell in a half shell real quick. You kept it going, trying to make something work. Like trying to make a housewife type of thing. Man or woman, don't matter, because energy does not have a gender, and they broke your heart. Sorry to hear that. Really, I am. Now you have to pick up the pieces of your life. You divorcing this person or separated from this person, and they're seeing you, watching and envy you move on and be happy without them. And they're not sure why this happened. Where did they go wrong? Yeah, illusions. What you see may not always be the full picture. Are you caught up in a false image or misunderstanding? Look beyond the surface and the real truth will reveal itself. And I feel like this is what happened in this connection. You were bamboozled by a person who said the right things and did the right things. You had a fun situation at first, but then when it became a commitment, the everyday doldrums, not just vacationing, not just having fun anymore, not just partying like it's 1999, all of a sudden this person didn't want that. Maybe they never wanted that, but they knew that you were somebody that would be invested in them and that they could benefit off of you. So they kept it going with the proviso, maybe said or unsaid, that you would be the one that would maintain all of this. And now the burden was too great and you had to let it go. You had to realize this was an illusion that you created for yourself. Spirit, confirm or deny. Guilty. Guilt can hold you back. Are you carrying the weight of past decisions? Forgive yourself and move forward. Only then can you truly grow. So you might be carrying the guilt of leaving a marriage, a commitment. Maybe other people were like, are you crazy? You know, you have this idyllic life. But you knew the truth of it. This person was using you. And maybe at first you didn't see it, but the writing was on the wall energetically. You were looking at it from a different standpoint. You knew, even if you didn't say it out loud. You lived in the illusion for a while. And when you couldn't do that anymore, you had to let it go. Freedom is here. Freedom is about following your inner voice. Have you been feeling trapped by responsibilities? Release those burdens and follow what makes you feel free, light, and alive. And maybe that's why you feel guilty, because by letting this go, you gaining freedom, this person's making you feel guilty that you were walking away from a commitment with them. But they weren't really committed to you to start with. So it's a joke in a sense. They were seeking freedom while they were in a connection with you. Now that you're letting it go and letting karma do what it has to do, because this is what's happening here. The place is falling apart because you're not there to keep it going. Confirmation, right? It's like an emergency. They're all pissed off at you. It's salty with you and blaming you for this marriage ending when they were the ones that contributed to the ending. They just didn't want to admit that or look like the bad person, bad guy, bad girl. Yes. You honor. You have respect. Honor. Respect yourself and others is the key to your growth. Have you felt a lack of respect in some areas of your life? By setting clear boundaries and honoring yourself, the world will follow suit. And this is what you had to do. You had to set clear boundaries. And this person wasn't respecting you, so you had to respect yourself, and you had to let it go. And by you letting it go, it all went hell for that person while you're gaining. But your protection is not a given, and your energy is not, it should never be expected. This was a gift that you gave this person. They didn't respect it, so it had to end. And that's the bottom line. You don't have anything to be guilty about. You did everything you could. Enlightenment is at the bottom of the deck here. You are on the path to enlightenment. discover higher truths? Have you noticed a recent shift in your awareness? Continue following the light. It will lead you to greater freedom. Not only greater freedom spiritually, but greater freedom in a sense of you're going to know what it is that you're investing in is worth investing in. Just because this person married you or you married this person doesn't mean that you got to put up with their fuck shit and you got to put up with their disrespect. You have to set clear boundaries. And that's the bottom line. Whether they care to admit that or not, they fucked up and found out that you weren't this, what is it? What do they call this? Easy mark. They saw you coming a mile away. You were a sweet, innocent person, a giving person. And they saw that as their meal ticket. They saw that as the easy life. They would sit back and you would do everything, service them. But they found out, no matter how long it took you, you figured it out, and they found out the hard way that the gravy train is over. Get off your ass, work for it yourself. Bottom line. You're not there to supply and demand over here, okay? It wasn't reciprocal. It wasn't equal. You were doing all the work, and the scales have to be balanced. So Spirit knew that they were doing stuff in the dark. They were doing stuff behind your back that you didn't know about, and they enlightened you. And when you realized the truth, you ended it. You sought your freedom. Don't feel guilty about that. No matter what this person says, they need to pick up the slack on their own end now. Pull up their big boy pants, big girl pants, and, take care of their own business. You're not there to be their mommy or daddy. All right, let's see what it says here. One more card here. You fell for potential, didn't you? Look at you. Building castles on red flags and calling it architecture. Their future plans won't coddle you at night. Love the reality, not the resume. Ooh, child. Oh, my Lord. Is that not enlightening or what? Man, these cards. Ooh, child. Look at the red flags. You were building castles on red flags. Oh, well, you know what? We all fall for that. We all fall for the okey doke, the line. You're not alone. But now that you know you fell for potential, you'll be more aware next time when a different meat suit comes along, but the same bullshit. You'll understand you cannot expect somebody to live up to potential if they can't see it in themselves. Even if you see it as a gifted person, an empathic person, you can see potential in a person. You can't live on potential. And like it says, potential is not going to coddle you at night. That's a reality check that we all need to learn. You're not the only one. So don't feel bad about it. Don't feel guilty about it. The last one. You're trying to grow a garden in somebody else's emotional parking lot. You keep watering dead soil and wondering why nothing blooms. Stop planting where nothing roots. Your love deserves fertile ground, not potholes and tumbleweeds. Amen. Amen. We don't got time for that. Life is precious. It's a gift, but it's not given. It's earned in a sense of our life is earned through our hard work and effort. And if somebody else is just going to be the weeds, okay, and they ain't going to help anything grow, then you got to walk away like a plant that gets ditched at the end of the season. If they ain't an annual and they're a perennial, boom, you're done. You want something that's going to grow in dividends. Not that you're about money, but you're not just about potential where the other person is all about gaining off of your ass, your hard work and effort. If there's no reciprocal effort, then there's no potential. Bottom line. So if this person is just all about serving them and their emotional needs, and they don't give two shits about yours, it's time to go. Bottom line, it's time to go. 14 o'clock. Okay, so that's all I got for you. I'm gonna end it here because I gotta get back. I gotta get going. And I know it's a hardship. And I know, believe me, I've been there, I've done that. I've invested, and in the end, it was a learning lesson, really. I mean, in a sense of, you can look at it and say, fuck this person, but in the end, you wouldn't be the person you are today if this person didn't put you through what it is that they put you through. And I know that sounds like, what? But think about it. If you didn't go through the hard times, you could never appreciate the good times. And I'm not saying stay with a person for the crumbs of a good time or the potential of a good time. What I'm saying is, right now in your life, the freedom away from this person is showing you that you have all of this potential in yourself ahead of you that maybe you didn't see when you were with this person because their shadow was blocking the sun. If that makes sense to you. You were darkened by this person's, what is it called, emotional baggage. And you couldn't be free from that because you were chained to it. But now you have the opportunity to grow, and you don't need this person. And you love this person to death, and you saw so much in them, and you invested so much in them, children, life, real estate, whatever the case. For some people, for other people, maybe you live with this person, or you gave so much to this person and their family. You supported them in every way, but you didn't see the dividends in it because this person wasn't capable. They weren't ready, they weren't capable, they weren't willing. And you have to look at it in the sense of, this was a learning lesson. Thank this person because they're going to make you a better person in the end. You learned a life lesson so that next time, because there's always going to be somebody that's going to try for it, they're going to see your goodness and they're going to come for you as far as trying to get you. Because they know that if they had somebody like you, a high-vibing person like you, that their life would be idyllic. And you're going to see that coming a mile away. So thank this person. Thank this person. Don't be regretful. You know what? In a sense, this was a trial period of being a grown-up or having this family, this idyllic life. That doesn't mean that you're never going to get that in the future. It just means you're never going to get it with this person. But that don't mean that God doesn't have something better out there. The universe, divine, whatever you want to call it, doesn't have something better out there. You have to be positive and know that this person, though not capable, there will always be somebody that is capable of giving you what you're looking for. But be specific. What is it that you want? And know what you want so that God can gift you that. If you're general, I just want a man or I just want a woman, they're going to give you any idiot that comes by. Sorry, I'm not trying to be miserable, but it's true. Be specific about what you're looking for in a person, and then God will gift you that. That's all I have for you today in Empress Aries 888. Please like and subscribe and join my tribe because I'd love to have you as part of my soul family. And to my soul family, hearts and hugs. And I'll see you next time. Till then, be safe. Be blessed.